It's a crowd that deserves a big match, and I was making the point earlier in the week about these Masters thousands that they should have best of 5 finals for the crowd, because if this continues the way it's going, there's going to be a lot of people that walk out of this stadium feeling a little shortchanged, apart from witnessing the excellence of Djokovic.
Yeah, I mean, this is taking that kind of shape. Gasquet is being asked a lot here today. He's had a pretty heavy road. He's done a lot of running, a lot of defending against some bigger, stronger opponents. So he's tested here today, but he's got to hit the ball past the service line. And he's struggling to do that, and he's just getting chewed.
Just missed the line.
15-13.
So flag flying high, as it should be as well. He's never lost a final when he's won the opening set as well in his career. Djokovic hasn't lost a match this year when he's won the first set.
What are you trying to say, Mark?
I'm saying that Gasquet's got a mountain to climb. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
Six and 12 on the season, Gasquet, after dropping the opening set. 50%, that's not too bad for most players. Got that win against Fish this week after losing the first set to the American. Mardy running out of gas really after that, though, having to play those 2 matches in one day. He's a great shot maker, Richard Gasquet, but he doesn't move as well as the best in the game. And once again, Djokovic having his way with Gasquet.
30-14.
Yeah, and I think he's more comfortable moving to his backhand than his forehand side. And that ball was left pretty close to the center of the court. I mean, look at Djokovic's position. He's up on the baseline. He can see the court, see his target. He's got time. I mean, he's the one controlling points from the back. You can see Gasquet's frustration.
Yeah, Djokovic.
Dismantling the Frenchman. He's just too good in too many areas.
First game, second set.
You can understand why they put the best of 3 finals in, for obviously the good of the players. It is a very congested part of the season. You can see here where Gasquet is, and I guarantee you Djokovic is going to be nearer that white line than that. But even at the finals last year, if Tsonga, there you can see, you didn't really need a graphic to do that. It's just been the story of the match. Even at the finals last year in London, if Tsonga hadn't got back dramatically towards it in that second set, that was going to be a super quick final. I think it would have been almost an hour for your World Tour finals. When we talk about different movement, when you watch Gasquet move, and when he's pushed out wide as he is doing consistently here, he has a tendency to overrun the ball virtually every time. Maybe a step, maybe 2 steps. You watch Novak, you watch Roger, Rafa, Andy, you know, their last step is to hit the ball and bounce back into the court to recover the ground. You move Gasquet 3 times across that baseline, you've suddenly got a lot of space to hit winners into.
Yeah, he doesn't have the same sense of balance, does he? And you can see him just reaching there. Didn't quite have the right foot down. And, you know, little things mean so much at this elite level when you're taking on someone like Novak, who is such an athletic miracle in some ways. He's so elastic, yet so powerful. And your failure to cover that extra step and recover from that
40
makes a big difference when you're having to go to the other end of the court.
It causes you to hit shots like that, doesn't it? Because you've got to gamble. Such a low percentage shot there from Gasquet, but what else is he going to do? Just knock the ball back into court? That's not winning it.
Game Djokovic.
Easing his way to a 2-love lead. And in the process, you feel easing his way to the title here. I don't know what you feel, Lee, but I really feel like the first point of the match, second serve, and in fact from love 40, even when he had those opportunities on second serve, I think when something hasn't worked, and it clearly hasn't worked for Gasquet in their previous meetings, the only time he's got the better of Djokovic was in the Tennis Masters Cup in 2007 when he was finished. Surely the opening 10 or 15 minutes of this encounter, he had to try and bring something a little different to the court.
And that really is one of the basic ideas in tennis. You've got to find a way to change a losing game, whatever that might be. You know, you need to have a good discussion with your coach. I'm sure Sebastian Grosjean and him sat down and talked about that. And whatever ideas he has, he's either not implementing them or he's incapable of doing it. I mean, it looks like he's had some time to do some things.
Love.
Well, he stems the tide for a moment there with a good service game, but the damage you feel has already been done. Djokovic, a set and 2-1 up.
Leads. Time.
Not just been a difficult week for the players, but also for the spectators as well, to create the atmosphere within these stadiums, given the harsh conditions that they've suffered here. And at the moment, all they can do is sit and admire this man's handiwork out here.
Well, Novak has spent a fair amount of his time today up at the net, and I think part of it is because so many of Gasquet's balls are really an invitation for him to come forward.
Well, he wins the point. Well, perhaps more correctly, I should say that Djokovic loses the point. And you watch the opening 2 shots of that rally from Gasquet. Off the return and then the second ball, and it's just allowing Novak to have his way out here. He needs to make something happen here, Gasquet. Well, he does that so well, that serve out wide. A lot of the times he picks the perfect time to do it. Gasquet doing a good job of just getting it back into play, but it's a little reminiscent of the opening service game, where a few errors came from the racket of the serve.
Cleaning up that one nicely. Very comfortable.
Well, this has been an untidy game. And an opportunity has presented itself here for Gasquet to get himself involved in this second set. Did so well there, Gasquet, to get that return back into play, get something on it.
Deuce.
Yeah, that is a difficult place to win a point from, even if you have Gasquet's shot making. You can see he's almost back by the screen. And just saying to himself, hit the ball.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Another effective serve out wide.
Game, Djokovic.
Another moment that he's managed to navigate his way through fairly safely.
Djokovic leads 3-1.
Yeah, he had some break points in the very first game of this match. It might have been a little bit different had he been able to convert one of those, grab some of the momentum. A little more doubt perhaps in Novak's mind, but he's been unable to capitalize, and he's lost his serve a couple times. So that's why we're where we are, 6-3, 3-1.
A big gulf between these two. Of course, Gasquet has been as high as 7 in the world. Has spent 40 weeks in the top 10. But in this evidence so far, he doesn't look as though he's going to be somebody that's going to muscle his way in to the top 5. That's better.
The slower conditions here in Canada, they've actually worked to Gasquet's advantage in beating Fish, beating Isner, beating Burdick. But in this matchup, he's got a guy across the net who is a little more solid, a little bit quicker.
But proving he's fairly swift there himself, Gasquet. Nice little fake towards the end of that as well, sending Djokovic cross court.
40 love.
And fair play there to Gasquet, because usually he does have that tendency to drop quite deep on the court, but he stood on the baseline.
Game, Gasquet.
And he's standing up to Djokovic still in this second set. Although Djokovic still with that break of serve.
Djokovic leads 3-2.